7. My name is Rachel Callahan, and I will be your host for this and hopefully all of the others to come. What we're hoping to do with every single Start Live is we want to meet some entrepreneurs that you may know or you may not know and hear a little bit about their experiences, their inspirations, all of the things that have gotten them to where they are today. So joining me, this lovely lady here is the Grand Madame of D. Marie Institute. She is a makeup artist, she's an instructor, but most importantly, she is a director or the managing director of D. Marie Institute. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us and be here today. We started talking so much before we started to actually shoot.
Had the show already.
We had the show already, guys, but we're doing a little bit of a recap for you guys. So she had so much to share, but we need you to share again on camera.
That's a problem.
I'm tempted to start with the whole goat story and country and what have you. But so tell us a little bit about where you're coming from. Who was little D. Marie?
Or Dawn Marie.
Dawn.
Right.
Marie.
So that's where the D. Marie came from. My name is actually Dawn Marie. But I grew up in a very small community called Point Hill, which is in St. Catherine. Some persons never ever hear of it. I am a true country girl.
Yes.
Wash, cook, and clean, and go gully for So big up to all the country people there. Yeah. So that's where it actually started. Fashion is actually my first love.
Okay.
So I wanted to go abroad to study fashion. And you know, in the country where the house was, it was on this little hill. And Point Hill is so high that you can overlook the city.
Wow.
So at night you will see all the street lights, but they look like lights on the ground. You know what I mean? Like it's so high. And I would always pray to just go where the lights were.
Wow.
I would just always pray to just go where the lights were. And then my sister moved to Kingston because she got a job, and so I get to move to Kingston.
Yes.
So I was where the lights were. So I was
yes.
Girl. I was so excited for that. But I got to Kingston and that wasn't it. It just felt like I was still missing something. And so I had the opportunity to move overseas to study fashion.
Wow.
But didn't study fashion. I ended up studying education.
So how did you switch from fashion to education?
Well, I actually didn't get to go to fashion college.
Okay.
So I ended up going to a community college instead and did education. But the first opportunity I got for work was at Nordstrom, which of course, you know, is a big retailer. Yes.
Bourgeoisie.
And I was just so blessed to you know, just to climb the ranks. So I became a department manager and switched from fashion to beauty, and that's how come I ended up in makeup.
So when did you first pick up a brush? I'm sure you were the manager overseeing everybody getting whatever they were doing done. When did you pick up a brush for the first time?
1998 March. I will never forget. So
what happened?
I moved from New Jersey to Florida and applied to this store called Burdines, and they didn't have a position available. But because, you know, I came from a management background, the man was like, "I'm hiring you. Come Monday morning and we'll float. You'll just float." And when I got there Monday morning, somebody called me from Clinique.
Okay.
Now I've never even put that of Vaseline on my lips, so you can just imagine me going to Clinique to do what. But
wait, hold on. For those of you who don't know what Clinique is, I would be shocked if you don't, but Clinique in a nutshell.
So Clinique is one of the prestige makeup brands, as you know, and it's actually owned by Estee Lauder. So most of the makeup companies are actually owned by Estee Lauder. Clinique is one of them.
All right, and you got the opportunity to work for them. What happened next?
I saw what changed the rest of my life. So there was a lady getting her makeup done, and you know, she was just kind of slumping in the chair. And when the makeup artist finished and handed her a mirror, usually at Clinique you would do the makeup, and then when you're done you give them the mirror. So she got the mirror, and I'm watching this lady, and she just sat up and she started fixing her hair, and she's looking like this, and I'm like, wow, they just totally transformed. There was such a level of confidence in her, and she bought everything. And
everything that they put on her face.
Everything, including the brushes. I remember her just saying, I want everything. And she took everything, and it was like a little over $500. No, that was more than my paycheck for the week.
Wow.
So I wanted to know more.
That's still a lot right now, though. $500 on makeup? No? Okay. Has a seat? Okay. All right. Yeah. That was more than your paycheck for the week.
Not really. But something happened that day. And that was it for me. I asked to go back to clinic the next day. And I stayed. And of course, you know, now I'm there, so I have to go through the training. And it's intense. As a matter of fact, it's continuous training. You're always training. Clinique, as you know, it's mostly skincare. So a lot of intense training about the skin and so forth. And because I had already come from a management background, Estee Lauder needed a manager. So I went over to Estee Lauder, and just fast forwarding, you know, I moved back to Jamaica in 2009, and then 2012 when Matt came to Jamaica, I was the opening manager. So
guys, in case you I didn't know that.
Yes.
I think Daniel had mentioned it briefly. You were the opening manager for the Mac store.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So tell me, what was that transition like coming back into the Jamaican sphere? I don't know, I'm not 100% in the makeup industry, but what was the industry like in 1998? Was makeup as big as it is today?
In the US, makeup is, you know, you run out of milk, you have to go to the store to get milk. It's a part of your list. It's a part of the things that you buy.
Milk, bread, mascara.
Yeah. And lipstick. Don't forget the lipstick, girl. So coming back to Jamaica, it was almost like culture shock. So what I was seeing as makeup didn't feel like makeup. And I kept saying, something is missing. Something is missing. So I started research. Well, what persons were doing for makeup, it was just a lot of colors kind of
thrown together.
On. Right.
Okay, so like the heavy black eyeshadows
right. And we were still seeing a lot of black lip liners and you know, a lot of that. And I couldn't get a job. So I didn't come up with the intention to work in the makeup field. I, you know, coming from management, I thought maybe I would send out applications to, you know, to get positions, you know, based on my skills. Nobody would hire me.
Wow.
So 3 a.m. one morning, I was in my devotion, and I'm like, God, I know this is a part of the plan. I know coming back, it's always been my desire to be back home, to start a beauty school, but it wasn't necessarily beauty, it was fashion. You know what I mean? It was just, but I knew I wanted to start a school. And so in the devotion, I just kept hearing, you know, your talents, your giftings, and you know how you think that gifting is sing and dance and
yeah, of course.
And I'm like, but God,
the things that you can show people.
And I'm like, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance. So what is the skill? You know? And it was clear you're a trained teacher and you're a makeup artist.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, okay, how do you put the two together? And just continue praying. And that's when the idea of, why don't you start a school? You've always wanted a school. Why don't you start a school? So the first thing I did, I started researching what was already here. So at first, you know, you came across Heart and a couple other places. And I wanted to see what they offer. And, you know, there was still so much missing. So from my studies and experience, I know that there's so much more that could be done to the industry. So October 2009, Marie started with one student in a grade 1 classroom with the little chairs them down there. So
a grade 1?
Yes.
Let's pull this right back up.
Yes.
One student
in
a grade 1 classroom.
Yep.
On the little chairs.
Yes, on the chairs.
Who was this one student? How did you even get
her?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you know, I know you're talking to entrepreneurs or people who want to get into business.
Yeah.
You cannot be afraid of hard work. So the minute I recognized what it is that I wanted to do, I started doing the groundwork. I printed flyers myself. I walked Spanish Town. I was living in Spanish Town at the time. I walked every hairdresser, every barber shop, every nail tech, and I was introducing myself, and I was handing out flyers in the sun. I was doing the groundwork.
How long did you do that for?
I did that for probably about 2 weeks every day.
Wow.
For probably about 2 weeks. And one girl came. She came and she was already doing facials. And I remember so our makeup courses include skincare, because of course skincare is the foundation for makeup. I don't understand how makeup artists do makeup without skincare, but that's a whole nother topic. Anyway, I remember the end of the first day, she said to me, "Oh my God, I have been doing facials for so long and I never even knew there were so many different skin types."
So she was just doing that one thing that she was taught how to do then.
And the same thing for every client. And I knew I was onto something. And she paid me $6,500. And I used the $6,500 to get some proper flyers and some business cards. And somebody told me about ads like Gleaner,
the classified ads.
Right. Somebody told me about that, and I did that. So I spent 4 weeks with her, and then, the next term, she sent me 3 people. So she was just now like talking about what she was learning, and other persons were coming. And so, prior to starting, I had already gone to Ministry of Education to get information. And you know what? There are really still good people in Jamaica, I think we have the idea that, it's like crab in a barrel and people want to
if you share your information or you share your idea,
you still have good people. Because I remember the lady at Ministry of Education, she was so in awe of my passion. She was like, "Wow, you're so passionate." And she was the one who literally step by step told me everything that I needed to do, from company registrar to all the documentations that I needed to be registered with ministry as a school. And then that's how I learned about accreditation. I never hear those fancy words before. Right.
Hold on, before we go further into the story, taking the time to acknowledge all of the wonderful people who have come online. Welcome to Ali, Robin. Hi, Think Hard, Think Stone, always here every week. Alia Chromas sends Kormas. Sorry, not chromas. I'm so used to seeing chromas. My apologies. Welcome, Jake, Business Mogul. Ali says, a time before social media, good old print marketing. She's commenting about you doing the foot rounds and handing out the flyers. Business Mogul is asking, who did you get your... Oh, that meant how. Okay, sorry. How do you get your business registered at the Ministry of Education? No, it was not registered at the Ministry of Education. The person at the Ministry of Education guided you about the process.
Right. But as a school, though, you still have to be registered with ministry.
Oh,
right. Yes, you still have to be registered with ministry, but they do have guidelines. Now, for private school, you are a part of independent school.
Okay.
So, I would encourage the person just to go to Ministry of Education to the independent section, and they will give them whatever documentations and so forth. So, to register with ministry, you first need to be registered as a business, right? Okay. And that's where company registrar comes in. And again, there are great people at these locations who will literally take the time out just to answer your questions for you and guide you.
How do you feel like there was anything that you did before that prepared you for those interactions, or do you believe it was just your passion? People were able to pick up on how passionate you were, because sometimes people think, oh, well, I've gone to the same place that you've gone to, I didn't get the same treatment, I didn't get the same service. Is there any way that somebody can prepare themselves to make the most of it?
Yes, absolutely. I say this, if you are a DMARIA, if you have gone through DMARIA, you will hear this. Every day you leave your house, you need to look the way you want to be treated.
Wow. Okay.
Every day. And so I leave my house every day looking the way I want to be treated. So when I walk into these businesses, people treat you according to how you present yourself and how you treat you.
Wow. I think we've heard like variations of that, but sometimes it doesn't quite kick in because people are like, but I mean, it's a down day. I'm here to do business. Like, shouldn't they be treating everybody the same?
Yes, they should be treating everybody the same. But listen, Marcus Garvey said this. He said, with confidence, you have won before you have begun. With a lack of confidence, you are 2 times defeated in the race of life. Do you know how many great people, skill set, but they never get anywhere because they lack confidence? So if you walk in, the mind is a powerful thing. If you walk in feeling, you're walking with a slump and you just dragging and you just feel like, Lord, they're probably going to treat me bad anyway. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to treat you bad anyway.
Yeah, that is so true. But is your confidence natural? Well, clearly it is, but meaning, what have you done to get yourself to this level of confidence?
Listen. Like I said, I am a country pitney. So the first time I know anything about speaking was when I went to college and I had to do speech communication 101. And now I had to stand up in front of a class and you're being graded. No, I don't like. I'm very competitive. So if I'm doing something, I have to pass. And I just started reading. And there's so many good books. There's a book that says how to win friends and influence people. And
you must read.
Right, so you have to. Here's the thing: you are your greatest asset. You can't change what somebody's gonna do to you, but you could change you. So my encouragement has always been just read, no man. Just spend little time and invest in you. So yes, I was prepared. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of John Maxwell about leadership because I've always been in some kind of leadership role. From grade 7 in high school to about grade 10, maybe even 11, I was class monitor. So I've always been in some
little things.
Right. So you learn along the way. And here's another thing. Every great business owner has a coach or a mentor, or a coach and a mentor.
How important is that?
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something.
Preaching about to happen right here.
Do you have children?
I don't.
Okay. But the whole concept of teaching a child to ride a bicycle.
Yes.
Now, if you have ever had to try to teach a child, and you kind of hold the back of the seat for them and kind of help them to go along, that is what a coach do for you. A mentor is somebody that is not going to be afraid to say, that wasn't done well. A coach is not going to be afraid to tell you that, no man, you need to fix this, change this, do that. And so many times, we don't want to let people in our lives. But if you want to be successful, you have to have some form of accountability.
That is such a major point. But my question to you is, have this idea, a lot of times what a lot of people struggle with is that lack of confidence when it comes to sharing your idea.
Right.
Because you're afraid somebody's going to think you're foolish.
God.
You're afraid that somebody's going to get what you're trying to achieve. They're going to try to change what it is that you're trying to achieve. How do I go about saying to somebody, hey, mentor me, invest your time, your energy, your effort, sometimes even, your money, because time is money. Right. How do you do that?
Okay, well, I'm going to send it right back to you again. First of all, your why has to be so strong. The reason why you want to do this really it needs to make you cry. The thought of not being able to do that which is you want to do need to be so strong, because that's what's going to keep you when the road get rocky. I mean, Danielle will tell you there are days when we're on set and call time was scheduled at 6 a.m. and it was changed, but the makeup artist didn't get notified. And you show up for 6 a.m. and then you hear call time is 11 a.m. And what's going to keep you within those time? Are you going to get upset and cuss the people out or whatever? No, it's that why am I doing this? And a lot of times, even the very students that come to us, we have to convince them about the industry itself, right? So it starts with you. And if you understand your why, if you understand your vision, believe you me, it is going to be easy to be portrayed to someone else, and they will catch the vision with you. So there was one lady when I was at Mac, and there was an error in her transaction. And the way she handled the error wowed me so much that I Googled her. I wanted to know who this woman was to handle the situation in the manner in which she did.
What did she do? I'm trying to hear why you had to Google this woman. Who is she? What did she do in a nutshell?
I'm not sure if I could really say who she is, you know.
What did she do?
Her attitude towards the transaction was so immaculate. It was she was so poised. So there was an error where her
through your body.
Listen, her card should have been charged in Jamaican dollars, and I don't know. You know, when you just open up and there were so many, we learning the systems and everything going wrong, and this was the first day, and her card got charged in US dollars.
Things to fight for.
Things to get
upset about.
Yeah. And this lady came and she asked for the manager, and I went out and she said, "Hi, hon." And she introduced herself and she said, "You know, look at my receipt, something is wrong." And she highlighted the US instead of Jamaica. First of all, the amount that it was for that to have gone through in US.
Let's just say Mac ain't cheap.
Okay, in my head,
What is cheap?
In my head, I didn't even hear what the lady was saying. I'm just like, who are you? Who are you? I need to know who you are to have a credit card
That
in US.
Yeah.
In US. So what was amazing about it was she said to me, "My bank will deal with that. I'm worried about you. How did you balance?"
Hashtag goals for the future where you don't worry about your US dollar
And I
transaction.
thought,
Yes. Wow.
and I thought,
Consider it.
I needed to know
Who
she is, and I reached out to her and I invited her to coffee, and she accepted. We didn't get to actually meet for a coffee, but we have spoken, and then I got to know a little bit more about her. But the point I'm making with sharing that story is you first have to want it. I want what she had. I want to be able to be so poised and confident
and just together.
You know, Jamaica.
It's really hard, and I like that you mentioned that, because people tend to complain all the time. Customer service, just dealing with customers sometimes is an issue, whether it's from the customer perspective or even of the service provider.
Right.
So.
Right.
What are your thoughts about the industry? What is missing in terms of customer service? What would Dawn Marie Lindo see in her ideal Jamaica in terms of customer service in the makeup industry?
Well, can I crack my fingers for that?
Yes, you can, most certainly.
Let me first say this. My goal is to build a business that is so phenomenal that the very thought of not being in existence will hurt not just Dawn, but not just the entire country, but the whole world.
That is a vision.
No.
Wow.
No, that is a lot of work.
It is.
Okay? That's a lot of work.
It's a hell of a goal.
And it is a hell of a goal. Now, having worked for Nordstrom, if you know anything about Nordstrom, Nordstrom is built on customer service.
Yes.
So I've already had that training embedded in me. And every time I look at my journey and think about the little country in front of Pinetail, it blows my mind at how amazing God is, that He would strategically place you in situations and then place people there, to assist you along the way. Because now I'm realizing that all my years at Nordstrom was for this. It was training for this. And so customer service is going to start with us. Right? It's going to start with us.
Yes.
you know, we say this in the classroom. What will it be about you that a client from New York is coming to Jamaica and they want you? Nobody else but you. What will it be? And you have to find that one thing about you. You understand? Audrey Hepburn, I don't know, maybe you're a little too young.
Audrey, yeah.
So you know Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn, my biggest idol. Absolutely adore her. She said this. She said, I read every fan mail myself. This is Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah, that's thousands of letters. Why?
Hundreds of thousands. And then she said, and I respond to every single one of them myself. And I walk to the post office
and mail
them myself because her fans meant so much to her. You have to get to that place where customer service means that much to you. All the time. All the time.
Start with you, and then
it starts with you.
It starts with you. Ladies and gentlemen, it starts with you if you're trying to improve your life, your business, or just the world. You have to take a step towards being that thing that you want to see. I have here Zara Bell J.A. Welcome, Zara Bell. She said sometimes it's a bit hard to land a mentor. What has your experience been like, Zara? I think that's Shaniel Bailey. What has your experience been like, and were you able to find yourself a mentor? Please share with us. Remember, your comments and your questions are welcome. So if you have any questions for the lovely Dawn Marie Lindo here, please feel free to drop them now. Inspiration. You've spoken about, you know, the time that you've been spending, I think, praying and, you know, religion. What else keeps you going, or what is the source of your inspiration?
Well, God is the source of my inspiration. So, you know, I am a Christian, and every day I remind myself of that. Being in the industry, and DeMarie has been privileged with all the experiences that we get, you know, with Miss Universe, and we have worked Fashion Week, and we've done so many things. If you're not careful, you get so easily caught up in the glitz and glamour of the industry. And makeup is my tool, right? It is my tool that God has blessed me with to be able to speak to many women. You would not even begin to imagine how many women I've had the chance to mentor, to counsel. I'm also a trained counselor. I have a master's in counseling, counseling psychology. So outside of makeup, I counsel. And makeup has brought me to so many women that I'm able to just pour into their lives. So, you know, the foundation of everything that we do is God. And every day I wake up. Now, mind you, when you say this, people tend to think, oh, you're perfect and you have a perfect life. That's not what it means. I am, you know, so I will make the disclaimer, no, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I do things, I look at myself, really? Really, Dawn? Really?
Did you just do that?
Did you just do that? You know, but at the end of the day, I am always being reminded that first and foremost, who are you? I am a Christian. And because I understand that your actions add up to that. And, you know, I have 3 amazing children that just keep me focused, you know? They keep me focused. So I have been utterly blessed.
That is. Focus on you. Focus on you. And on that note, we have been focusing on Dawn, and we've been having a fantastic time hearing from her. We have come to the end of her interview, but Dawn, when we started to talk, we found something that we both love.
Yes.
You have a pile of them to your right that I'm excited about. So for this segment, we're going to have our start resource. So Facebook, we'll get back to you. Instagram, you'll still be with us as we transition. Okay. Ethics my boo. What is this? Mary. Oh, Mary Kay and Ashley. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So now at DeMarie, every student has to do the history of makeup as a part. So You can't be a good, any profession you're going in, you want to have some form of history of the profession.
I understand where
so I think everybody who's a makeup artist knows Mary Kay makeup.
Yes.
Everybody knows Mary Kay.
I know Mary Kay.
Okay, now how many persons have ever read this woman's story?
I have never.
Oh,
I haven't even heard about it.
You should hear her story. So right before she started her line, so she was actually, in the making, her husband died. So like all these things were happening, and that didn't stop her. She continued through, and now we know Mary Kay. We still know Mary Kay. So I wanted to know her story.
Okay.
And I have a lot of books that I read about women entrepreneurs, and just hear what did they do? You know what I mean? And then
somebody else's
this was just a great reader, and it was just about this woman who started a beauty school, in Afghanistan, and one of those places that you would never imagine
that beauty would be.
Exactly, because they're covered up all the time. But they wear more makeup than we do,
Yes.
They wear a whole lot more makeup. So, these are like my I just need a read, and I'm constantly reading them. But when you get to the real deal, now
I see something that I love.
Yes.
Over here.
So
Everybody
knows Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. So this is like the Bible of business. Now, this came out a few years ago, Think and Grow Rich Women. So it's still the principles from Think and Grow Rich, but it now has a lot of women entrepreneurs saying stuff in here. So like the Donna Karens and, all these great women. So this definitely, and you don't have to want to be a makeup artist.
Yes.
It's just whatever business you want to go in. Think and Grow Rich. There's another one, I don't have it. I have it on Audible. Is that The Richest Man in Babylon?
Yes.
Have you read that?
I have. Amazing. I think it should be a core read.
Listen,
in school.
Listen.
Core.
I am thinking of adding it to the curriculum at Beamer.
Do it. 100%.
Think and Grow Rich. So, and then these are the Millionaire Success Habits. No, like growing up in the church, I think sometimes people, you kind of feel like if you talk about money, you're sinful.
Money is the root of all
but
evil.
listen, you cannot do ministry without money. So when people come and they want food, and all these things are happening, you need money to do these things. So we need to get away from this mentality that money is also sinful. It's the love of it. You understand?
Yes.
But I want to be a millionaire. I want to help a lot more people. So this book was a good read, and one of the things it talks about again is the why. You have to be so solid in why you are doing what you're doing, because you do have dream stealers.
Yeah.
There are people who are going to come and say, that can't happen. You really think you can start one school?
Oh,
you really think?
And I'm sure you meet more of those rather than people who are with you.
And then I recently, so this is like a whole...
That's not a joke. She did not come to play. We said, come and share some things that added value to your life. And she brought half of a library.
No. So this is 0.5% of my library.
Wow.
Yes.
0.5. But fantastic suggestions.
So this, I recently just went through Vision Achiever with Scotiabank. Thank you, Scotiabank. Thank you.
I hope you're watching.
I hope you're watching. And Action Coach. So the Vision Achiever is administered by Action Coach. So these are the materials from Action Coach. And listen, you hear me talk about a coach, and some persons are saying they can't find a coach. Get a business coach called Action Coach. They're amazing. They're amazing.
If you can afford them.
No.
They're really up there.
Listen.
No?
This is not, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
If you understand the value of something, you will pay the price. Girl, people buying hair for $80,000.
That is so true.
Okay, let us not go there.
$100,000 wig.
Okay. If you understand the value. Now, what is spending, let's say the $100,000. I don't know what it costs.
Adding.
Right. You know what this is doing? This is now teaching me how to make billions.
True.
What is $100,000 company? I'm not saying that's what it costs. I really don't know what it costs.
We'll try and find out.
But I'm just saying though, what is $100,000 compared to me now gaining the knowledge and the skill set to go out and make billions? Really?
Absolutely.
That's coffee money.
Yes, that's some cafe brew. And the
Starbucks.
panini. Oh yes, Starbucks. Hey Starbucks.
We can't throw it because we'll do though.
We cannot. Thank you so much for your suggestions. Ladies and gentlemen, we have talked well over our time, but we have shared tons of information with you. Thank you so much to the fantastic Dawn Marie Lindo of D. Marie Institute. I know you have cosmetics. Clearly, this needs to be like an hour, 2 hour long conversation, but you will not be in for it, but we'll talk about it. We are going to wrap with something that is a lot more practical. If you are anything like me, I know the space that you see here is done by my lovely makeup artist. In general, I am not a fan of makeup. I don't know how to do it. I don't trust myself. I'm not good. I'm not good at it.
What did we say?
I will be better at it in the future. However, we are going to ask my makeup artist for this little segment to teach you guys and you professionals. Ladies, if you're tuned in, you're going to have, gentlemen, you're going to have some skincare tips for you.
Yep.
But a quick 5 to 10 minute face.
She said she's a D-Marian too.
She is. How could I possibly forget that, Dawn?
She's a D-Marian.
She is a proud D. Marian. Okay, very much proud. So we're going to have the lovely Danielle Drummond of Makeup by Danielle D doing a quick walkthrough of us for a professional face. Please. And then we're going to have Dawn. You will be weighing in. Yes, of course. Ooh, I'm more tired. So welcome now back to the camera. Yes. Listen. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see me, but I'm sure you can hear my voice. Danielle here is feeling under pressure. Introduce yourself.
Hi
ma'am.
guys, I am Danielle Drummond. I went to the D. Marie Institute and I did my level 3 in hair and makeup.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes, awesome.
And who is our lovely
Our model
here
today is Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hi.
How are you feeling about getting your face done on camera?
A little nervous.
Okay, all right. So don't make her scared. I'm sure she'll do a good job. So, Danielle, you've heard, you know my story. I'm not a big fan of full face every single day. But as Dawn did mention, you know, how you present yourself is, it matters. It's a very important part of what we do every single day. So, what can I do to, you know, really quickly and really professionally put myself together in terms of my face?
All right,
Yes.
I definitely want to start with skincare
Okay.
because that's the basis of any great application.
So what do I need to do? I mean, I wash my face and moisturize, but what do I need? What do I need to do as a basic?
Well, I'm no doctor, but we hear all the time, drink lots of water. That helps.
Okay.
That definitely helps. Step one, because you try to work from inside out.
Okay.
So water is your best friend
All right.
for the most part.
So have you been drinking your water, madam?
Yes, I have.
She's not gonna say no on camera. All right. So we're drinking a whole lot of water. You can start doing her face.
I did this side already.
All right. So you've done the left side of her face. What did you do?
I moisturized,
And
primed, moisturized, and applied the foundation.
What is the importance of priming? Is it that they're trying to just take my money?
Not in this, no.
Tell the truth.
Not at all. Not at all. What it is think about a wall that has just been built.
Okay.
Before you put the paint on said wall, you normally prime.
So I'm a wall.
not,
Lucky.
not
Okay.
entirely. So what you do is you prep the skin for the application of the makeup.
Okay.
Primers, they have different primers, mattifying, all these fancy names. But what it does, it protects the pores. For some people, pores are very visible. So when you have that primer on, it gives you an even surface.
Okay.
It also prevents the makeup from going down in said pores, and then you get saying, "Oh, is the makeup closet?" When you know
It's
in truth
because
and
you
fact,
didn't.
you didn't prime.
Okay, so what about my gentlemen? What about my gentlemen? They are not going to, are they going to prime? You know, they like to just use whatever they use in the shower
That is
and
true.
use it on their faces. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good thing, bad thing. I don't know. I would say it's in the middle because guys don't like many steps. You know what I mean? They don't like anything that's too complicated. They just want to wash and go. So I'm saying initially, if they got something suitable for their skin type, then that would work. So if they have that one soap for the body that is for that particular skin type, then they can use it on the face because your face is
a part of your body. Okay. All right. What about moisturizer? These ashy young men who are walking around. Is ash like a sign of dehydration? I know a lot of people think it's summer and they're like, oh, I don't want to be sweaty, I don't want to be hot.
That is true, but then you have to think about your skin type again. So for oily skin, I recommend something that's water-based, right? Water-based definitely. And then for dry skin, something that's a little more oil-based to add more moisture to the skin. Okay. I know people may say, oh, but I have oily, everybody has oily skin.
Or so they think.
But you know, like, the general places that we get oily is the T-zone, so here, 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 and here, right? But for some people, they don't get oily no matter what. That's a clue that you have dry skin.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So half of the face hair is done. We've primed.
Face,
Okay. We've primed and we've put on foundation.
Exactly.
How come my face doesn't look like this? Listen, when I put on foundation, I look like my shirt. How do I know I found the right shade? What kind of tips can you give me for finding the right shade?
Finding the right shade. First of all, you know when you go in these stores that have these really, really bright lights.
Okay.
So what might appear to be a shade when it's tested may not be, right? Gone are the days when we test hair, right? Because we used to test makeup.
Why not? Why don't you test hair?
Because this is a different color from up here.
Okay.
For some people, it's the opposite. This might be darker than the face itself. So where we test generally, can you turn to that side for me, is right here on the side of the cheek.
And I can test that in the store?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can.
I did not know.
Right. And then your best bet, you leave it on and you go outside in the daylight, if you're buying the makeup in daylight, and you just see, if you're not seeing anything, right shade.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what are we doing next? What do I need to do next? I have primed my face. I have put on my foundation.
Sure.
What's next?
So it depends on where you're going. So we're gonna do just.
I'm going to work. I'm going to a meeting. They call me last minute, and they're stressing me out, and I need to be there. What am I doing with my eyelids?
No problem. So we're just going to apply like basic brown because that works, right? Neutral shades. I mean, you might if pink is your color, sure, but then we'll have to remember time and place. Turn this way for me. Her brows are naturally
flaky,
right? So less work for us. For those who need to fill in the brows, I'd recommend a dark brown pencil rather than black, because if you use the black, then the first thing people are gonna see is your brows.
But like, I want them to see my brows. That's why my brows are fat.
But then that's what they're going to see only. Like they're going to ignore everything else and just get to the brows. But for those of us who don't really like this eyeshadow part, we can skip the part as long as we've done the brows, because the brows frame the face. I'm sorry.
That's cool.
And because of that, you want to at least have that done before anything.
I was just about to ask, if I had my last $1,500 and I had to choose between a threading or a well, clearly not a MAC lipstick.
No.
A lipstick. I should go with. No, I know. Yes, Aunty Dawn just reminded me that MAC doesn't do $1,500 lipstick. Thank you so much. So if I'm gonna buy me some pharmacy lipstick for $1,500, I should get my brows done.
Definitely.
Yeah, over the lipstick.
Sure.
Okay.
And then if there's anything left, I would moisturize them.
Moisturize for my lips or in general?
In general.
Okay. All right. So my eyes are done. I'm looking nice and neutral.
Yeah, because we're going to that meeting.
Yes, we're going to that meeting. What about somebody like me that has two-tone skin?
Two-tone skin?
Yes.
What exactly?
Meaning, well, I think that I have two-tone skin, where certain parts of my face are a different color. Yeah.
Certainly.
What do we do?
So that's when you get tested. There are some people who, for the two-tone, it's more intense. So they have to do maybe a little play around in terms of what they mix to get a
Mm-hmm.
match,
Mm-hmm.
right? But for the most part, if the foundation itself matches,
Mhm.
you should be okay.
Okay.
But you can always explain your concerns to the person who's assisting you with the makeup.
And if they are a Demarian, then they will know what they're supposed to do. Right. What about my gentlemen? Lip care.
Definitely, I'd say, I tell you, they don't like steps, you know. They don't like steps. So I could have, I'd explain the whole exfoliating process, but they don't like. Listen, get some sugar, rub on your lips, exfoliate your lips, wash it off with sugar. So if you swallow it, it's no
It's
big
fine.
deal,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And put on a little Vaseline and that's it. Go through the door.
Gentlemen, you don't have an excuse any longer. Don't turn up at any meeting ashy, right? Because it's just basic lotion. Make sure your soap works for your skin. And use a little bit of sugar. What about salt? And I know they have salt. No, salt, no. So sugar, stick to sugar scrubs. A little bit of sugar on the lips and some Vaseline and you're good to go. So I know gents tend to have it so much easier. No, when it comes to skincare, is that Aunty Dawn? Is it a situation where women tend to have a little bit more? I don't want to say troubled skin, but skin that fluctuates a lot more than men. Is that a general?
Men naturally have thicker skin.
Okay.
Right, they naturally have thicker skin, and because they shave, they're doing a lot of exfoliation, unlike women who are not necessarily shaving their face. But one other thing now, you know, is that many persons are understanding grooming and the importance of grooming. So a lot of our men are getting their facials done, though they don't like the steps and so forth, but they are getting their facials done. And you know, if I can say this on screen, a well-groomed man to a woman is like woman in lingerie to a man.
Bless the Lord. Hallelujah. So Jasonify over here is talking about saliva. Did you hear what Auntie Dawn just said? Please turn the camera this way. Jason, sir. Okay. Your saliva to a woman is like granny panties to a man. So let's leave the saliva alone and invest in a little bit of Vaseline.
The saliva actually makes it worse.
It dries it
out further. Yeah.
Terrible. Eyebrows done. What are we doing here now?
We're just adding nude lip color. Want to line our lips. As you say, it's a meeting, right? We don't really want to dazzle everybody in the meeting per se. We want them to take her seriously.
Yes.
So
I feel like they should take me seriously in that red lipstick. No?
True, they can.
Time and place again.
Yeah, time and place.
Okay.
Anywhere you want the attention to focus, that's where usually the bright colors go. Right? So that's why you don't really want to do the black brows. Right?
Okay. Subtlety.
Subtle.
Do all nudes work for everybody? So like when a nude on you work for me?
No. Nude will be the color of your lip. So whatever the color of your lip is, that will be your nude. Because some people naturally have pink lips.
Yeah.
So a pink would be
their
nude, right? Their nude, right?
Guys, you're here learning along with me. I think I should be less ashamed that I'm so terrible at makeup, but I'm here learning with you guys. So we have our lip, a nice nude going on. How are we feeling? You look nice. Thank you. Yeah. So we have a lip. What's the final thing after this? Lipstick or lip gloss, by the way?
Well, it's summer, so less is best. So you're gonna find a lot more persons doing lip gloss because it's lighter.
Okay.
It's lighter. And the same thing for makeup. A lot of persons are not gonna be doing heavy makeup now, a lot of tinted moisturizers, maybe like a lot of 2-in-1 powders or cream to powders, because those will hold up to the temperature and you know, it doesn't feel too heavy on your skin. Of course, in the evening, you know, you want to jazz it up if you're going out.
Quick tip for keeping that sort of even tone or look in the summer heat. What's a quick thing that I should be looking at?
Well, you definitely do need a setting spray. And when I say setting spray, I mean a setting face spray. Right. So that will definitely help with not just setting your makeup, but also hydrating the skin.
Fantastic. Hi, Lindy. You're joining us late. We're about to wrap. We are looking at a quick 10-minute face. I see mascara has gone on while I have been chatting. Can we get a close-up? please, of this quick 10-minute face that has been done here. You look fabulous. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Of course, she feels fabulous and she looks great as well. So, quick recap: makeup by Daniel D. First step, inside out, drink some water. Second
Not
step,
some water, lots of
a
water.
lot of water. Second step,
Know your skin type, definitely, and moisturize accordingly.
and number 3.
Number 3, less is more. If you're not sure, you can fix a mistake if you do less, but not if you do more.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we will not be giving you any more because we have now come to the end of our episode number 7 of Start Live. And Dawn is back here is reminding me that you need to become a DMarian. So if you are a makeup artist or in the cosmetics industry or have a friend who is in the cosmetics industry, then DMarie Institute is 100% for you. Registration is now open for your September intake.
Absolutely.
And we will, of course, be sharing, we have shared the link to their Instagram, so you feel free to reach out to them and get started on your journey to becoming a fantastic makeup artist. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Remember, the video will be available on YouTube. Next week, we will have the JN Foundation here with us, the general manager of the JN Foundation, who will be talking to us about social entrepreneurship. So you don't want to miss it. See you guys next week. Bye.